guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. This is a new setup. This is very different. I don't know if it's too echoey, so let me know. But this video is 10 things I wish I knew when I started project planning. So hopefully these are tips to you if you are new to project planning or you're thinking about project planning. These are things that I wish I'd known before I started doing my first project, because it really was a learning curve for me. I really didn't know much about the project planning community, except for the fact that I wanted to finish products, I wanted to use my collection. But as far as gathering products and figuring out what works and what doesn't, it was a learning curve. And so these are 10 things I wish I knew before getting into project planning. I can also give you more like tips. These are kind of just like general things that I have discovered when going through this whole process. It's been about 2.5 years, almost 3 years since I started project planning, and it's been such an experience. I love finishing products, but these are things I think any project planner should know when they're getting into it. So number one is you make the rules and it's okay to bend them. So I used to be so strict and would consider my project plan a failure if I say put 10 products in and I only finished 8 of them or finished 5 of them. I would consider it a failure. And now that I have done a few different project plans, I kind of make my own rules. So if I'm putting in a product to maybe just give love to it because it's something I've been neglecting, that's okay if I don't finish it or even make a lot of progress because I'm still using something that I was neglecting. I also like to put in products that maybe I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm going to keep it or not, and so I might go a month and then I might declutter it. So it's okay to bend your own rules. It's your project plan, so what is successful to you may not be the same as others. Some people want to finish all 10 products, and that's phenomenal, but if you really just want to put a product in just to experiment with it or give love to it that has been just sitting there in your collection, that's okay. Number 2 is it's called the project planning community for a reason. You will need support. And this is something that I didn't really get for the longest time. I would follow project planners, but I really didn't partake in their comment section. And now that I'm actually part of the community and watching fellow project planners, and I have a couple Facebook groups that I am in love with, which is very helpful, it really does make it easier because you are not having all the noise of buying new products, and instead you have all this support and all these connections for people who are trying to use products, and they may find out a way to use a bronzer that you didn't think of, or they would know how to dig out more foundation out of this product that you love and you want to get every single penny out of. So there's so much knowledge within the project planning community of how to finish a product, and I just feel like it's such a good support system when you have a bunch of people in this beauty world that is YouTube that not a lot of people understand, and they aren't in the whole you need the next new thing. It's more the love what you have, and it's just a good feeling. So if you are a part of the project planning community, please leave your info down below, whether you're just an Instagrammer who does project planning, or if you have a couple of Facebook groups, or if you have your own channel. Please let us know down in the comments because I really want to get some more support, and so I'd love to know who project plans down below. Please let me know. Next, we have number 3, which is it is okay to take a break from your products. If you have a longer project plan, maybe it's something that's ongoing, rotating, like my project 10 plan, or maybe you're just in a rut that you're not loving your collection at the moment because you're so focused on your project plan items, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take that week off or the 2 weeks off within your project plan to try something else in your collection, maybe just mix it up a little bit, because oftentimes when I've taken breaks, I go back like full force and I'm like, yes, I'm okay. I got that little edge off where I needed to try something different, and sometimes it even will reassure me like, yes, I actually really do love this product. I don't mind continuing finishing it. Or it's like, you know what? I don't love this product as much as I thought I would. And that brings us to number 4, which is don't try to use products that you hate. I would always feel discouraged when I was in a project plan and I wanted to quit on a product. Not because I just didn't want to use it anymore, because I didn't like it. Like, I didn't like the finish, I didn't like the formula, it didn't work with my skin tone, but I would be so focused in trying to finish that product because it was in a project plan. And it's okay to stop a product. It's okay to not use a product that you don't love. It is very discouraging to try to use the same blush every single day, even though you know it doesn't work with your skin tone. And if that's the case, that you are in that rut where you're in a project pan where you have a couple products you're just not liking, what's the point of trying to finish them? Because right now, the things that you are loving in your collection are being ignored because you're trying to focus your attention onto one product you are hating. So it's okay to stop using that product. It's okay to even declutter it within a project pan, because you at least figured out that that product wasn't for you, and you can move on to something that you adore and something that is getting older while you're trying to finish a product you're not going to like. This is something that I learned pretty early on, is to not, when you get into the project panning community, you see all these seasonal project pans, and then you see people doing like Project 20 pans, or then you have like your Pan That Palette, and then you also have ones that are like all year round project pans. So there's a lot of different projects going on, and it's very easy to get caught up like, ooh, that's a good idea, I want to do that project pan. But if you already have one or two projects going on at a time, you might want to give it a little pause, because having too many project pans going on, or having too many products in a project pan, is not going to make a very successful time. Having too many products in a project pan, or having too many project pans in general, can make it so you have too many products to focus on. Often I would forget a product was in a project pan, or I realized I have like 6 different lipsticks in my project pans and I just like couldn't get to all of them. Number 6, and this might sound silly, but don't try to use up all your products that you love. That's something I'm still learning, because I just finished a foundation a couple months ago that I'm wishing I didn't. I wish I didn't put it in a project pan and try to force myself to use it up, because it was my perfect shade. I wish I had it right now, and I would wear it on days that I normally wouldn't wear foundation, just because it's in a project pan, I'm trying to use it up. So don't try to force yourself to use the products that you love to finish them up, because if it's something that maybe you splurged on and you want it to last a long time and you're gonna miss it when it's out of your collection, it's okay to save it for those special occasions versus trying to finish it in a project pan. This is something that I still struggle with, and this is to try the product before putting it in a project pan, because nothing is worse than getting like a week or two into a project pan and you're like, this product sucks, or discovering that, ooh, this color is just not right, or seeing that, you know what, it's not the right time of year for me to use this product. So actually try it before putting it into the project pan, and try it recently. I am still learning this one. It's still something that I'm like, ooh, new product, I'm gonna put it in a project pan, but I don't know if it's gonna work for me. So just keep that in mind when you're picking products. Number 8 is don't compare your project to somebody else's. It can be really discouraging when you see someone pan like 6 different lipsticks in a project, or see someone almost done with their Pan That Palette for the year and you just hit pan on your first shadow. Don't compare yourself to others, because for one, it can be discouraging, but also each person finishes different things at different rates. I'm really good at finishing eyeliners, I'm really good at finishing cream products and foundations, but I'm not very good at finishing lipsticks. I get bored with lipsticks. I like to rotate through them. So for me, if I look at a project pan, I'm seeing someone who's finishing 3 or 4 lipsticks within a few months. That just isn't realistic for me, and it can be like, well, how come I'm not finishing that many lipsticks? Well, I know why, because I get bored. But even if you're looking at their Pan That Palette, there are some who like fly through their Pan That Palette, and halfway through the year, they're already halfway done, and you're just getting started, getting pan on some of the shadows. And it's okay that you're not at the same speed. The whole purpose of project panning is to use the products in your collection versus buying. So I think anyone in this community is doing their part of actually not consuming as much and using what they have. So number 9 kind of goes with the try the product before you put it into your project, but this is avoid products that are old in your collection. So often I would put in a product that is, well, it's old, I should put it in a project pan because I really want to use it up. But oftentimes either that product is already expired, or it's a product that maybe I just don't love as much as I used to. Sometimes it's just the fact that it's older, so it's not in the best form than when I first got it and first loved it. So especially with powder products, you think they're going to last years and years, but sometimes after 3 or 4 years, that powder maybe doesn't perform the same, it doesn't blend the same. Yeah, it's not expired, but the quality just isn't there. So Make sure you are using fresher products, things that aren't going to be expiring during the project, or you're not trying to finish a product just because it's old, because sometimes it's already past its prime, and I'd much rather work on a product that's newer to me, something that I love, something that's getting older, while I'm trying to finish something that's almost at the end of its lifespan. So that's just how I see it. But again, if you did number 7, which is try the product before you put it into the project, sometimes you can actually dwindle that out and be like, yeah, no, this blush is definitely old, or this foundation has definitely gotten a little smelly. Like, those are things that you would find out, but don't try to finish a product that is really old or expired in your collection. So the final one is to be realistic. You are not going to be able to finish a bunch of different lipsticks in 3 months. Especially for me. I haven't finished one single lipstick with all this project panning. I think I finished one, but I didn't even dig it out. I just was done with that color. I'm not someone who pans lipsticks, so for me to put a couple in a short project pan time, that's not realistic for me. If I put one in with the intention of I'm not going to be able to pan it, but I'm at least using it, that's more realistic. Or for you, if you are not someone who's very good at eyeliner, you never use eyeliner, but you're putting 3 into your project pan and you're wanting to finish all of them within 3 months, that's not realistic. So be realistic. Is it something that you're gonna finish up, or if it's something that you are just wanting to hit pan on, again, you make the rules. You are the one in charge of your project pan. The fact that you are in this community is just a good step, and there's so much support here. So again, if you are part of the project panning community, let me know down in the comments, whether it's Instagram, whether you're in a Facebook group, even if you're just someone who watches and you don't really show your progress, it's still nice to have support. So let me know down in the comments if you are new to project panning, or if you're a part of this community and you found this helpful. Thank you so much for coming by today. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll leave my project panning playlist down below so you can check that out. Thank you again for coming, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye guys!